G'day, ZiggyD here, and welcome to my second cast of my second Protoss placement match on the North American servers of Starcraft 2 Heart of the Swarm. This was an interesting match, and this time I'm casting from a replay, as you can probably see there. And we're going to go spoiler free the first time, so I'm just going to stick to my view for the first playthrough, and we'll probably use my camera view there as well, as long as it doesn't freak us out too much there. So I'm taking a look at the new map. I don't really know this map too well, and I've come into this, knowing it's a PvT and having my ideas in the back of my head from Wings of Liberty, but overall I'm trying to not follow any builds really specifically in Heart of the Swarm, not until at least I've done my placement matches. The idea with this is I just want to be placed based on my actual, my mechanical skills, so my macro and my overall mechanics and just my general game knowledge to be able to, find out where I am based, in the general community based just on that. So, coming into this PvT, I'm thinking, alright, I'm just probably going to open up something with like a 1-gate expand or a 3-gate. So I'll start off with the 1-gate and then look to expand. That's usually how I play Terran. Something I realised a little bit later on this map is that it has a very close expansion there, actually, on the high ground as well. So this is obviously a very good macro map there. But that's something I don't think about too much. It's like a map-specific thing, and I'm just trying to play pretty standard. So I scout up the top, thinking it'd be forced cross spawns, but that wasn't the case. And I get here, and I'm thinking, all right, something fishy's up here. He hasn't walled off, and he hasn't taken his expansion. So I thought maybe he's going for a fast expand, but that hasn't happened yet, and he doesn't have any barracks up. So immediately my mind is thinking, all right, cheese mode. What he's doing is he's got proxy barracks. He's probably going like a proxy 5 racks marine rush. So the first thing I'm doing is, I start scouting. I send off this probe here. I send off this guy here. I eventually get him to build a pile there. I scout my base as well in case he's floated any barracks. And I build 2 zealots. So I started off with that early zealot again like I did in the first game. And we'll just slow things down a little bit here. So I'm just scouting around with those guys. And I got this guy in the center Zelnaga just to be able to see. I check again. Still no more SCVs. I think that's pretty sus. Well, I'm going to go kill him with my zealots, and about this time I'm thinking maybe he's not proxy raxing, maybe in fact he's just AFK, or his little brother, 5-year-old brother, got into his account or something. So I clean up his SCVs here, and I ask, are you AFK? What's going on? And around this time, I realise what's up. I know what's going on. So let's just go into super fast forward mode here. You'll notice I put down a Stargate. That's because that's right. If you guys are pretty familiar with Wings of Liberty and the different cheeses that Terran would pull in Wings of Liberty, you'd be pretty familiar with this cheese here. So immediately getting a Void Ray and sending it off down into the bottom right hand corner of the map. He could be hiding somewhere else, but what he's done is there we go, and spoiled. Well, he wasn't getting a cheap win off me leaving thinking that the game had bugged or something like that. It can work sometimes, but not against someone who's seen that happen before. So let's just for a bit of lols, let's actually bring this back up here, go back to the start, and we'll put the everyone cam on. So let's go ahead and play now. I'm still trying to work out these controls for the old replay functions here. As you probably noticed, I've fixed the mouse cursor issue that I had in the last replay, but I've sort of done it a hacky way. I'm playing in a window at the moment, so it's not something I can do when I record the first-person cams. I'm not sure how to fix this, so maybe I'll have to update my recording software or something like that, and hopefully I can fix that for you guys soon. But for now, for replay cast, this works pretty well here. So what he does is he builds the 1 SCV, just 1, so he can send it away. Let's say once he gets his enough minerals there, he sneaks this guy down here. And if I had scouted close spawns, I might have seen that SCV coming out. It looked like it was going to sync up, so he would have been spoiled right off the bat there, and I would have been like, alright, he's either fast expanding or doing something cheesy. But the idea behind this cheese, in case you're unfamiliar with it, is you just make it look like originally what you would do is you'd send you guys to mine and then you'd stop them mining and then line them back up. But in Heart of the Swarm, it's got that auto mine feature, so you can leave you guys mining. It's a bit easier to pull off this strategy, if you could call it that. So you get you guys to mine just enough. You build this expansion, you put your SCV in it, you float him to the corner of the map, you let yourself die, you don't say a word, and then you make your opponent think, alright, well, I've obviously won because I killed all his stuff. I guess I'll just leave the game, and you get a free win. But not this time, Death Agent. Thanks for the points. Anyway, that's it for now. I'm ZiggyD, and thanks for watching.